share a story with you. My aunt, she's in her 70s, you know, and she reads the newspaper. And the only section of the newspaper she reads is the obituary section, the funeral notice, you know. And she goes, such a tragedy, you know, so young. And it kind of caught my attention that this person was so young, and I was over here doing, you know, Twitter, Facebook, or more exciting things, and I turned around. I was like, Aunt, what's wrong? Apparently it was one of her friends, you know, and he passed away, and she goes, so young, such a tragedy. And I said, how old was this person? Because, you know, it got my attention. She goes, he was only 73. And I thought, well, 73, that's a pretty good age, you know, you've had a pretty good life. And I thought, oh, I'll get back to Facebook, you know, check my inbox and all that kind of stuff. And she said, nephew, can you take me to the church for the funeral? And I didn't really want to do it. Yeah, okay. So I took her to the church, you know, and it was an old white fella. They went to school together, you know, and they grew up together, all that kind of stuff. She thought she'd go and pay her respects, you know, and, you know, we rocked up at the church. I said, you know, I'm in a tracksuit pants and t-shirt. I said, you go inside, make sure you got the right, you know, church, you know. And she went inside there, and one of the pallbearers was a grandson, but he wasn't able to go there because he was at juvenile justice or something like that. He was locked up, yeah? And she reckoned, oh, that's all right. My nephew outside. He'll do it. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever gone to a funeral and scored a gig like this. But here I was as a pallbearer at an all-white funeral. Now, everyone's crying. Now, I'm not psychic, but I could almost read their mind. They're thinking, who is this black kid carrying Poppy's coffin? And who was that mysterious black woman here earlier? Did Poppy have an affair? And we walk out of the church with Poppy, and my aunt appeared out of nowhere like a black ninja. And she poked me in the ribs. She goes, you got any money? I said, Aunt, let me put this down, you know? And we have to put it in the hearse, you know? And you can't be rushing these things. We put it nice and carefully, and it's got glass windows all around the house. And I looked through the window, I saw my aunt crossing the road going into Bingo Hall. I was like, oh my God. You know, she's left me here. And because we like the pallbearers, we have to jump in the immediate car behind. We go to the cemetery, we bury old Pop, and then we go to the wake. And at this stage, I'm wide awake. You know, and it must have been burning this white family up who the hell I was, you know? And they said to me, so you knew Pop? It's such a tragedy. He was so young. And they said, oh, he had pretty good innings. I said, what, did he play cricket too, yeah? But my granddad hates rap music, you know. Most of our granddaddies hate rap music, you know. And you can understand my granddad, he's really old school, you know. My granddad, he went to the war and all that kind of, he wasn't shooting anyone, he was fixing animals over there, so he literally was a Vietnam vet. But anyway, my granddad hated rap music. Yeah, he would walk in the clubs too, in the Irish salsa, and you don't realize rap music is influential. Even though my granddad hated rap music, my granddad would walk in the Irish salsa and go, hey, what's up, my diggers, you know? Yes. And they would tell their stories, digger, please, you know? Don't talk to them other diggers over there, they got attitude. We call them diggers with attitude, you know? My granddad hated rap music. My granddad said, Sean, what are you going to do? You're going to work out what you're going to do. Are you going to follow your culture? Or are you going to keep doing all that hip-hop, electric boogaloo, rap, you don't stop, Run DMC, Sugar Hill Gang, Eminem, 50 Cent, whatever it is, yeah? I said, Granddad, why can't we do both? He said, what are you talking about? I said, let's show people we not only can do the oldest music in the world, but we also can do the latest as well. So check this out. All right. Hey. And my granddad would say, I don't understand. You walk around with this hat with LA on it. You've never even been to Los Angeles. I said, Granddad, LA doesn't stand for Los Angeles. It stands for Love Aboriginal. So check this out. Woo! Oops, better do it the right way. Check this out.